And we say good morning to you. Thank you for being with us. We are live here again at Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. But anyway, we're here. I don't know what it did this time, but anyway, we're here. We're on. So we'll truck on. We've got, let's see, Shelly Parham's going to join us from the Boys and Girls Club. We've got Joseph Taylor's going to join us from Ivy Hall Nursing Home, talking Tennessee sports, and we've got Mike Barnett from Big John's Closeout. So, and couldn't tell you why I did what it, I don't know. Getting old quick, I can tell you that. All right, let's get going here, and let's get into the national anthem. And here's Gabe Short on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And
oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet waved o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Let's see what we got here. I want to show this young lady. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Nope. Got the wrong one. We want to go to 10. Okay. Boom. Okay. You want to sit down right here for a second? You want to tell everybody who you are?
Kinley.
Hi, Kinley. Kinley's right here. This is an impromptu visit by Miss Kinley, which is good. What are you getting ready to do tomorrow, Kinley?
Getting baptized.
Getting baptized tomorrow. I love it. So I'm very proud of you. I told you the angels go bananas when you get baptized and get saved, so here it is. It says, let's go down to one we can read better. NIV, here it is. Luke 15:10 says, in the same way I tell you, there is rejoicing in the presence of the angels of God over one sinner who repents. That's you. Let me get my glasses out to read it again. So they're in here too. Did you just get done eating? What'd you have?
Chicken sandwich.
Chicken sandwich. All right. You have some fries?
Yeah.
All right. So you're getting baptized tomorrow. How old are you?
8.
8 years old. Is that not awesome? Better than anything I'm getting ready to talk about in sports. I can tell you that. This young lady is getting baptized tomorrow. Luke 15:10. In the same way I tell you, there's rejoicing in the presence of the angels of God over one sinner who repents. So you got saved, getting baptized, and so the angels are going bananas over that. Is that cool? Over you.
Mm-hmm.
Over you. So where do you go to school?
Harold McCormick.
Harold McCormick. What's your last name?
Crane.
Crane. First name again is?
Kinley.
Kinley. C-R.
A-I-N.
A-I-N. There's your verse. Luke 15:10. You're getting baptized tomorrow. That is awesome. I'm so proud of you. And the angels are going to go bananas because you did. So you can take that with you.
Okay.
You take that, remember that verse, because that's what you're getting ready to do tomorrow. The angels are going to be going crazy because you're getting baptized. I'm proud of you. Good job. Yeah. Mom's here. So it's all good. So told you, Luke 15:10. So you ladies have a wonderful day. I'm so glad you're getting baptized. I'm so proud of you. Kinley Crane, ladies and gentlemen, taking the plunge for the good Lord. That's awesome. So thank you, thank you, thank you. She's like, what I just do, Mama? Yeah, you were just talking. Yep. Good morning. Jimmy Ritchie says, good morning, Kinley and Samantha. So there you go. So anyway, that's a whole lot of everything I'm going to tell you about. I can tell you, young lady got saved and getting baptized. That's awesome. We had, 5 or 6 decisions last night, which we're very excited to tell you about. So that's good. All right, let's get in here and get going. We figured out the problem thanks to Dr. Tom Hobson. So I can sit here and tell you it doesn't bug me, but it bugs me. So, and not a thing I can do about it, and probably not a thing you can do about it, but I just don't understand from the technical side of things. We come in here to do this show, it's always screwed up every day, and I don't do anything but put it in the bag and go home. So I don't know. I don't get it, but it's above my pay grade, but it's not above Dr. Tom Hobson's pay grade. Thank you, sir, very, very, very much. So you have no clue how much I appreciate what you're doing for me. All right, let's take a look at Major League Baseball. Start there first, then we'll get into softball and college baseball. Tennessee will be playing Southern Miss in the Super Regional. We'll tell you all about that coming up here in just a second. The Braves, again, sending back down Mike Soroka, going back to AAA Gwinnett. Recently went to the Major League rotation for the first time in almost 3 years as a result of multiple surgeries on his Achilles tendon. After 2 starts for Atlanta this season, Soroka an ERA of 8.38, 5 strikeouts and 6 unintentional walks in 9 2/3, so not a good comeback so far. Braves are no doubt hoping he can reestablish himself as a person in the rotation. But, again, not right now. They're sending him back down. So who's going to take his place? Maybe the rookie, A.J. Smith-Shawver. Right-hander threw 2 1/3 scoreless and hitless innings against the Diamondbacks in his Major League debut on Sunday. So they're tonight with a big one coming to town. The Mets for a big 3-game set. New York chasing them. And let's see if we can catch them. I guess it'll be the question if you're a Mets fan. If you're a Braves fan, can I hold them off? Bryce Elder starts tonight, 3-0 for the Braves. And Carlos Carrasco, 2-2 will go for the Mets tonight at 7:20 at Truist Park in Atlanta. Winners from yesterday in Major League Baseball. We're live here at Chick-fil-A, by the way, in Elizabethton. So winners yesterday. Hello, Josh Jenkins and Reba Whitehead. Good morning. Thank you all for being patient with me. So I'm telling you, I come here, turn this thing on. I don't get it, but no sense going on about it. Shane McClanahan went 9-1 as a starter with the Tampa Bay Rays. They beat Boston 4-1. He's now 9-1 of the season. Other winners: Philadelphia beat Detroit, Miami over Kansas City, Pirates beat Oakland, Houston hammers Toronto 11-4. Reds, we'll talk about them in a minute. Big start by a rookie and set a Major League record in the process. Andy Abbott helped Cincinnati beat Milwaukee 2-0. Texas over the Cardinals and San Diego blanking the Chicago Cubs. All right, let's talk about the Reds. Great American Ballpark. Andrew Abbott. And since a record-setting, sensational Major League debut. 2-0 Reds victory over the Brewers. Stopped a 4-game losing streak. 24-year-old left-hander allowed 1 hit over 6 innings, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts. First Reds pitcher since 1893 to record at least 6 scoreless innings while allowing no more than 1 hit in his Major League debut. It's a big deal. Andrew Abbott. Reds need some kind of positivity, and maybe that's going to be it. Abbott's the only left-hander in the modern era on any team to toss 6+ shutout innings with 6+ strikeouts and no more than 1 hit in his Major League debut. It's a heck of a start. And they win it. They win 2-0. So, again, big win for the Reds and Andy Abbott, 24-year-old youngster making his Major League debut. Only left-hander in modern history. 6+ shutout innings, 6+ strikeouts, and no more than 1 hit allowed in his Major League debut. Very, very impressive. Oakland A's trying to get a new stadium built in Vegas. I don't get this. They have a ballpark there now. Why don't they just upgrade the ballpark they've got? I don't understand what they're doing and why they're doing it, but they're doing it. And again, it's above my pay grade. This place, it's hilarious. It comes in waves. There's nobody here, and then all of a sudden, the place is slammed. I love it. We're here live at Chick-fil-A in Elizabeth, and tomorrow will be at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. Plan to build a new stadium for the A's. Lawmakers adjourned their 4-month legislative session yesterday, and we're gone. We'll be back in the fall. Nothing was decided. No vote was taken. Republican Governor Joe Lombardo said he will call a special session later this morning where he'll set the agenda for the legislative priorities. The A's reached an agreement with Bally's to build a potential stadium along the Strip in Vegas, hoping to be ready for the 2027 season. The A's have a lease at Oakland Coliseum through 2024. Could play 25 and 26 games at Las Vegas Ballpark, which is home to the AAA affiliate. Why don't you see? I don't understand. Nobody asked me, but if you already have a ballpark there in Vegas, and all you need to do is upgrade it, why would you not upgrade it? Play the 25, 26 seasons at Las Vegas Ballpark, home of the AAA affiliate. It's already there. All you got to do is upgrade it. They're not drawing anybody anyway. Less than 9,500 fans at home this season, the lowest among all the teams in Major League Baseball. So it ain't like they're going to be beating down the turnstiles to come watch and play anyway. So anyway, the A's and Las Vegas still at odds about building the new stadium. But they've got one already there. I don't get it, but that's okay. A lot of things I don't get. All right, here we go. Night games, everything under the lights tonight. Detroit at Philadelphia. Zach Eflin, 7-1, will go for Tampa Bay, hosting Minnesota tonight. Kansas City, Miami, the Yankees hosting the White Sox. Arizona will be in Washington. Mitch Keller, 7-1, will be on the mound for the Pirates, hosting the lowly Oakland A's. Other games tonight, Hunter Brown, 5-2, will start for Houston in Toronto. Boston at Cleveland. The Dodgers in Cincinnati. Oh, boy. The Dodgers coming to town. Oh, boy. You have, as we said, the Mets in Atlanta. We talked about it earlier. Bryce Elder, 3-0. Carlos Carrasco, 2-2, will go for the Mets tonight in Atlanta. Baltimore, Milwaukee. Dane Dunning, 4-1, will try and go 5-1 for the Rangers against the Cardinals tonight. San Francisco at Colorado. You have the Cubs in L.A. The battle of the Angels, and Seattle will take on the San Diego Padres at Petco Park in San Diego. That is your Major League look for this Tuesday, June the 6th. Happy birthday to Bjorn Borg, the legendary tennis player. He's having a birthday today. Bjorn Borg has 67 candles on his birthday cake on this Tuesday, June the 6th. We are live here again. Don't forget, coming up on Friday and Saturday, Liberty, the official outdoor drama of the great state of Tennessee, will be going on right up the street at Sycamore Shoals. So if you don't have your tickets, we would ask you to go get those and be sure and be in attendance on Friday and Saturday. Weather's going to be a little cooler, less humidity, so it's going to be easier on the actors out there in those heavy costumes. And it'll be easier on you to watch it as well. So if you get a chance, get tickets and come in and watch Liberty, the official outdoor drama of the great state of Tennessee, going on this weekend again at Sycamore Shoals State Park, right up the street. All right, quick break. We'll be right back. We've got a look at college baseball and softball. Tennessee, Southern Miss, we'll talk about that, and all the other teams ready to go in the Super Regionals right after this timeout. We're on the road again. We're here at Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
After a long, hard day at work, all you want to do is relax at home, right? But how can you possibly relax when your home's not comfortable? If you want to feel more comfortable at home, give Advanced Heat Pump Systems a call today. With over 30 years of experience and the most innovative solutions, you can rest assured that Advanced Heat Pump Systems will make your home more comfortable. Give them a call today, 926-2665, or visit them online at advancedheatpump.com.
Siding. Tell us how you can help us from Big John's Closeout.
Well, right now, a lot of people are starting to think about outside fix-up and doing things outside to freshen up the looks of the house or whatever, and maybe they've got some old siding, weatherboard siding, or whatever they may have there, or they're adding an addition or something that they want to go ahead and get something that's fairly easy, fast and low maintenance, very easy to clean and take care of. And of course, we've got our vinyl siding, and we also have soffit material and all that stuff at $89 a square. So, what you can do, and what we normally stock, and I don't know if you can see this real well, but we normally stock a 4.5-inch Dutch lap. It's got that extra cut to it there. It's the one in the middle there,
Right.
and has that extra cut to it. And we stock a number of different colors, not just white. We keep you something that you can get in a silver or a gray color. We can also get you something in a clay, a tan, and as well as basically white and stuff of that nature. And so, it's very easy to put up. We've got all your trim pieces, corners, inside, outside corners, your starter strips, F-channel, J-channel for around your windows. We've got everything you need. The fan fold insulation to go behind it to add a little bit of insulation there that you put, anchor systems, whatever you might be looking for. Big John's has got it in vinyl siding. You don't have to buy it in a square, in a 4.5-inch Dutch lap. You have like 11 pieces per square, but you can go ahead and you can buy it by the piece. So if you run a piece or two short, or you bought it in the past and the wind damaged maybe a piece or two, you can also do that. Now in soffit material, you've got 2 or 3 options that you've got to go on your soffit area. You've got your solid vented. Then you've got your center vent, which is very popular too, so you don't have to stagger your pieces. Turn it around. Oh, there you go. And then you've got your solid. A lot of people put solid like on carports, porch roofs, whatever. But around the perimeter of the house, a lot of people will either try to stagger and put like 2 solid and 1 vented, or they'll use a center vent, where they don't have to do the staggering and everything. And they've got some vent there in each and every piece. So, that's another option there that you've got for that. We have fascia covers, trim coil, that we can sell you to finish wrapping any post or anything else that you might need.
Your one-stop shop, Big John's Closeouts. Hours are open?
We're 7:30 to 6 Monday through Friday, 8 to 4 on Saturday, and of course closed on Sunday, so
Amen.
we can go worship.
Amen. Social media?
You can go on Big John's Closeouts, or you can email questions to experts at bigjohnscloseouts.com. If you've got cabinets that you're looking at maybe trying to get a price or set up a measurement and allow us to go on the computer and do you a diagram and a layout, you can actually email cabinets, that's plural, at bigjohnscloseouts.com.
Love it. And the basic phone number, how do we get hold of you?
423-542-4755.
Product knowledge and customer service. That's what they stand by, and that's their cornerstone of what they do, and they do it very, very well. One of our great sponsors, again, of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. Big thanks to Mike Barnett and Big John's Closeouts, where they hammer high prices. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. We are live here at Chick-fil-A in Elizabeth, and Super Regionals have been announced, so here we go. Let's run them down for you. In no particular order, there'll be games on Friday and Saturday. Tennessee plays on Saturday. We'll get to that in a second. So it goes like this for the Super Regionals. South Carolina, the 15th seed at 42-19, will be in Florida. Take on the number 2 seeded Gators at 48-15 in Tallahassee. In Gainesville. Game 1 will be at 6 o'clock on Friday night, best out of 3. South Carolina at Florida. Duke at 38-22 at number 7 Virginia at 48-12. They'll play that one at noon on Friday. Oral Roberts will be at Oregon. Oral Roberts 49-11. Playing at Oregon at 8 o'clock on Friday night. The Beavers are 40-20. And the other game on Friday night will play 4 on Friday and 4 on Saturday. 14th seeded Indiana State, record of 45-15 at TCU with a record of 40-22. They'll play the first one at 5 o'clock on Friday. So Friday, South Carolina at Florida, 6 o'clock. 5 o'clock, Indiana State at TCU. At 8 o'clock will be Oral Roberts in Oregon. And then at noon, the early game will be Duke at Virginia. So let's do them in order. Duke at Virginia at noon. Indiana State at TCU at 5 o'clock on Friday. At 6 o'clock, South Carolina at Florida. And then at 8 o'clock, Oral Roberts at Oregon. That is on Friday. On Saturday, who's playing? At noon, Alabama 43-19 will be at number 1 Wake Forest at 50-10 in Winston-Salem at noon on Saturday. At 3 o'clock, 12th ranked Kentucky at 40-19 will play at number 5 LSU at 46-15. Hello, Kathy Lyles. How you doing, lady? Thank you for being with us. So Kentucky will be at LSU at 3 on Saturday. Tennessee did not get home field advantage. They'll be on the road at Southern Miss. They'll play the Golden Eagles in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. They are 45-18. Tennessee at 41-19, playing at 3 o'clock on Saturday. And then the last game will be Texas 41-20 at Stanford, 8th-ranked Cardinal at 42-17. They'll play that one at 6 o'clock on Saturday. On Saturday, Alabama at Wake Forest at noon. Kentucky at LSU at 3. Tennessee at Southern Miss at 3. And at 6, Texas at Stanford. So they'll play Saturday and Sunday, best out of 3. And then the Friday games will play, I'm going to assume Friday and Saturday. Yep, Friday and Saturday. Sunday will be the if necessary game. And then on Saturday, they'll play Saturday and Sunday, and Monday will be the deciding games. They have to get to that point in the best out of 3. But Tennessee will be at Southern Miss. They were waiting today to find out if Tennessee could be a home team, and they're not. So Tennessee will travel, open things up at Southern Miss. I'm trying to see if it's home and away, and I don't think it is. I think they're going to be there for 3 games. But I don't know that for sure. I'm trying to. Following Super Regionals be played Friday. So, okay. National seed is indicated before the team name. Got that. Okay. So, don't guess. All right, Friday, South Carolina at Florida, Duke at Virginia, Oral Roberts at Oregon, and Indiana State at TCU. On Saturday, Alabama at Wake Forest, Texas at Stanford, Kentucky at LSU, and Tennessee will be at Southern Miss. That's Super Regionals and men's college baseball. Softball, Tennessee losing last night to the Lady Seminoles of Florida State. They will take on Oklahoma. Ready to do that one again because they've been there before. And let's see, here we go. Yep, here it is, right here. Catherine Sandercock and McKenna Reed combined for 5 innings of scoreless softball to help Florida State beat Tennessee 5-1 last night. Move on to the Women's College World Series Championship Series. Florida State, the Seminoles last year were the number 2 seed in the NCAA tournament, lost in the regionals. Now they're in the championship series for the 3rd time in the past 5 finals against Oklahoma. The Lady Sooners are 59-1, the number 1 seed in the best of 3 series for the national title starting tomorrow. A rematch of the 2021 series that Oklahoma won. So Florida State at 58-9 and Oklahoma 59-1. Game 1 tomorrow night in Oklahoma City for the Women's College World Series Championship. And so that's softball nailed down to the final 2, Florida State and Oklahoma. And the Super Regionals down to what? In essence, the Sweet 16 of college baseball. Tennessee will not be at home. They'll be at Southern Miss, 3 o'clock on Saturday. 41-19 are the Vols, and Southern Miss at 45-18. Quick break. We'll be right back. We got gambling problems again. We got more coming to the surface. It is just the beginning. I told you that when this first broke with Alabama's baseball team. But this is the NFL. So we'll talk about that right after we hear from Tommy Tipton, the owner of this great store, Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton, on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. These are here, my friend. How can Chick-fil-A help us with springtime and summertime catering?
My recommendation, download the Chick-fil-A app and come here and scan it and get it, rolling to this be your favorite store. And then you can go on there and order trays. You can do mobile ordering. You can order it and then come to the drive-thru and it's ready to be picked up. All you gotta do is check in when you're ready to pick your order up. All the catering that you need is on the app. It's just, straightforward, simple, takes time out of the transaction, speeds you up through the lines. Mobile order has probably the future of quick service and the Panera Breads and those type places as well. They're all using the mobile order. Grocery stores, that's technology makes our life easy. So let's not forget that, and we can use it to our advantage. Download the app and trays, gallon teas, gallon lemonades, Sunjoy, cookies, brownies. We got our delicious waffle potato chips. If you hadn't had those, I love them. Chicken strips. We have those subs. If you hadn't grilled chicken sub, you hadn't had it, is a delicious item as well, especially for the summertime for sure. Get a couple of trays of those, go to the baseball game, and enjoy the game, have some good food, and how about our boys baseball team coming around?
So just go to the App Store and go Chick-fil-A one, get it on your phone, and go from there. That's how you order.
That's right. Yeah, it's very, very straightforward, simple. And you come here and scan it, and this becomes your store. And then we send out, when you order stuff, we send out freebies a lot, and then you also earn points, and you can cash those points in for different items. You can accrue enough points and feed your office workers if you wanted to, or feed a nonprofit, or there's a lot of great things you can do with the points. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Win-win for everybody. So hours are open?
6 a.m. to 9 p.m. and
Closed on Sundays.
Closed on Sundays.
Yep.
You may see me here pressure washing on Sunday, but we're closed.
We're closed.
Yeah.
One of our great sponsors, folks, love promoting Chick-fil-A of Elizabethton, proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. We are live here at Chick-fil-A in Elizabeth, and Joseph Taylor joins us coming up at the top of the hour. All right, this offseason, NFL has had to deal with multiple players committing gambling violations. National Football League has already suspended 5 players for violating the NFL's policy on gambling. Now they're investigating a second wave of potential violations. One of the players involved is Indianapolis Colts cornerback and kick returner Isaiah Rodgers. Reported evidence that this player placed hundreds of wagers, including some bets on the Colts. Gotta go. Rodgers tweeted out a statement taking responsibility for his actions. NFL players can legally bet on sports that are not the NFL, but they cannot place any wager from team facilities or while traveling with the team. Hundreds of wagers, including some bets on the Colts, the team he plays for. Big problems in the National Football League, and they can't control this. There's no way. Hello, Amy Whitson. How you doing, dear? Thank you, Mrs. Whitson. She's so good. And she's good to me and my girl. Thank you. Thank you to Dr. Tom Hobson. I don't know why it didn't work today, but I got here and set it up, but it's the same thing every single day, the same routine. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But Dr. Hobson, miracle man. Thank you again, sir. Our assistant principal at Elizabethton High School. Jesse, the Storm Tracker Sacker's here, so we can get him over for a weather forecast. Joseph Taylor's coming up, top of the hour. Mike Barnett a little bit later on from Big John's Closeouts. So anyway, Isaiah Rodgers, hundreds of wagers, including some bets on the Colts, the team he plays for. Rodgers tweeted out a statement taking full responsibility for his actions. But the bottom line is, what do you do? How do you control this? I mean, how do you regulate gambling? When players can legally bet on sports that are not the NFL, they cannot place any wager from team facilities or while traveling with the team. All right, so what is the repercussions for gambling on your team? Placing bets on your team. So I would think they will drop the hammer on him. They should. So Isaiah Rogers, and I think this is a problem that's far more widespread than we think. So my take on it. So anyway, Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're live at Chick-fil-A in Elizabeth. And again, the Peach Milkshake's coming your way on Monday. Peach Milkshake's back on the menu Monday. And also, you have the Spicy Chicken Biscuit coming back on Monday as well. So Stanley Cup final last night. The Vegas Knights scored a 7-2 rout in hockey. That's a blowout, or the Florida Panthers. They lead the best of 7, 2 games to none. They'll shift now to Florida. Can the Panthers get this thing turned around? They've been embarrassed, quite frankly, in these first 2 games of the Stanley Cup final. The Vegas Golden Knights 7-2, lead 2-0, the best of 7. As we said, games 3 and 4 will shift to Florida. And can the Panthers get it turned around and make it a series on their home ice? We'll see. NBA Finals tomorrow night, Game 3 in Miami. The Heat and the Nuggets. There's Jesse, the Storm Tracker Sacker. He's here. We made eye contact. He's coming back and give me a weather forecast. That's good. Give you a weather forecast, more importantly. So take a little look at NASCAR coming up here in a second. So, but he's here. Let's get him on the show. He be the big guy, Jesse, the Storm Tracker Sacker. Good morning. How you doing, sir?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Doing great. How's everything in your world?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
All right.
Just had a couple days off, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just Sunday and then Monday, so we're
Good for you.
right as rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right as rain.
Right as rain.
Okay. Right as rain. Never heard that before.
I never
Right.
heard that before.
No.
I didn't make that up. I promise.
Right as rain.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Weather forecast. What we got going on?
Well, it's sunny day. It's very hazy, if you notice. We've had this already a couple times this year, but today especially, you notice very hazy skies out there. That is due to Canadian wildfire smoke drifting down in the jet stream. If you look outside the window right now, you don't see it very blue, do you, in the sky?
No. It's pretty.
So it's pretty hazy. That's because of Canadian wildfire smoke. So in some instances, depending on where you're at in the country, that could be a little bit hazardous to breathing sensitive groups. Air quality probably not the greatest in some parts of the country. We're not under an air quality alert right now by the National Weather Service, but wouldn't shock me to see one here in the next little bit if they do issue one. So we'll see.
So Canadian wildfires have made it hazy out here.
Yep.
All right.
That's right. So we've got a northwesterly flow in the jet stream, and now once we get into tomorrow, we will see a system bringing in numerous showers into the forecast for much of Wednesday afternoon and evening. It's going to be pretty soggy. It's going to keep our temperatures down. So we'll be in the low 80s today, but we'll be probably more like the 60s tomorrow. Probably won't get much warmer than that.
Yep.
So
a little cool tomorrow.
yeah, a little cool for June standards.
Yep.
Yep.
What?
And we'll see cooler temperatures Thursday and Friday. Start to dry out, but temperatures be in the 70s for highs, 50s, maybe a few 40s for lows. Once we get towards
The
maybe
weekend?
Thursday morning, probably more like Friday morning. Might see a few upper 40s out there.
What's
So,
our weekend forecast?
well, let's see. We'll probably be 75, 80 on Saturday, and then we'll see temperatures crest to 90 probably on Sunday ahead of our next front, and that'll bring in more rain chances earlier next week and then
Alright.
cool us back down. So may continue to get these shots of cooler weather for June. I don't think June's going to be overly persistently hot. There's going to be hot days in there, here and there, but I think there'll be some cooler days for sure.
Hot days and cooler days. So you said 40s one night?
We may see a few upper 40s Friday morning
In the
based on what the
mountains
data
or out
shows. No, maybe parts of the valley.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it snowing anywhere at this point? Like, I know we had a snowshoe event kind of out of the blue.
Yeah, that was in early May.
Early May?
Yeah.
No.
I think the U.S. is pretty much done. Maybe the far northwestern areas of the U.S., but I'm pretty sure we're done,
We're done.
with the snow. Yeah,
Good.
once we get into June, it usually shuts off.
Good.
Yep, and then you'll see it start back up in the Rockies, usually in September.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it'll come back here never. So it's good. It's good stuff. So
Keep telling yourself that, I guess. Whatever makes you happy.
that's it. Click your heels, Dorothy, because you're not in Oz anymore. All right. So heading to the Carolinas beach season. It's vacation season, the month of June and July. So
Yep.
heading that way, this man can help you. Tell us.
We're over at Carolina Weather Authority. That's me and meteorologist Mike Griffith on his page. And so We're going to be tracking the tropics as we go into the hurricane season. We can get stuff as early as June, but of course the peak season's more like August through October. With an El Nino, as I've talked about before, it's a little different than a La Nina season usually. You can get storms come off of Cape Verde and track all across the Atlantic until they get here, but you tend to see less of that with an El Nino rather. An El Nino tends to promote these storms that develop more, towards the Gulf of Mexico, Caribbean, short proximity, and come up more short notice. So that's something to keep an eye on once we get into the hurricane season. We'll keep an eye on that for you if you're headed to the beach. Labor Day weekend is a big time for tropical systems to rear their ugly head for the U.S. coast. So, that might just be something we'll have to keep an eye out. If you have holiday plans, just check in with us.
Well, that's September, but folks
that's not a forecast. It's just a very likely time, you know. Yeah.
The probability is always increased in September. How's that?
Correct.
Is that good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Jesse, the Storm Tracker Psychers in the house. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What are we serving up today? What's been busy so far?
Well, I've only been here a few minutes, so I don't know what the big seller's been today. Yeah, but
Okay.
The watermelon mint beverage, that's been hit and miss. Some people love it, some people hate it. And we've talked about it. I like it with just the lemonade, but if you add tea to it, I think you just run it entirely. But now that's, to each his own. Have you tried it? Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I think it's good with a lemonade. But and the frosted beverage with the watermelon mint syrup is really good. That's a good thing to try. But outside of that, wouldn't give you much for it. Now, pretty soon we'll have the peach milkshake back, and
Monday.
I know everybody loves that. So,
yeah.
Now what I'm more excited about than the peach milkshake is actually the spicy biscuit. We'll be getting that back in the mornings come the middle of the month. So, any minute now.
I want to get this guy on real quick. I haven't seen him in about 6 months, but he's back.
Wow.
Jake the Snake Roberts. So,
I will bid you farewell. Thanks
Yep.
for having me on,
Yep.
and we will see you soon.
Yep. Thank you, sir.
All right.
How about an impromptu? Won't keep him but a second. Joseph Taylor's here. Going to get Joseph on, but sit down here, big guy. Jake the Snake Roberts, Elizabeth Cyclone, and now a Concord Mountain Lion.
Yes, sir.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Put that up where they can hear you. There you go.
Not bad.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. So transferred to Concord. Beautiful place, Athens, West Virginia. Like it so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the opportunity. They really like me up there. They're going to give me a chance. It just felt like the right move.
Yep. What have you been doing? So, have you been to spring practice yet?
No, I do I don't go till late July. I won't go move in on campus, but I'll do Zoom calls and stuff like that with the offense to go over plays and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't go till late July, but I'm still doing stuff from here with them.
Getting ready.
Yep.
Concord Mountain Lions. They play, is it D2, D3?
D2.
D2? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and again, that's a good school. That's back from where I'm from. So, Concord's got a great reputation. It's a good school. And what's your classes? What are you going to major in? What are you doing as far as classwork?
I don't know. I can keep my major the same from ETSU. It'll transfer in sport management, but I don't know if I will or not.
All right.
Still excited.
Pretty pumped?
Yeah.
Good.
Really excited.
So what are you doing this summer?
Working out, swimming.
Swimming? Hanging out?
A little bit,
Yeah. Are you working anywhere?
Big Dan's.
Working Big Dan's Barbecue?
Yeah.
One of our sponsors. Yep.
Weekends.
Big Dan on the weekends. Jake Roberts is waiting tables, serving food. What are you doing? Cooking?
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Washing dishes, helping in the front. I do about all of it.
Yeah. Has your mother made any more chocolate lasagna? She made some down there when he had his accident, and she pinch hit for him.
I'll talk to her. I'll get her to make some.
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah, I'll talk to her.
Oh, baby. That'll set you free. Her chocolate lasagna.
Yep.
Jake the Snake, what's going to be your uniform number?
Don't know yet.
Don't yet? Don't even know that yet.
They said 17 might be open.
There you go.
I might go back to the 17.
Yep. It'll be good. We're going to cheer you on. I'll come up and watch you because that's a really cool place to watch a game in the fall up in Athens. You've been up there, haven't you?
Yeah.
Pretty nice place.
Oh, yeah, I love it.
Yeah. It's small. It's almost probably Milligan size, I guess, as far as a school in the town of Athens is probably, I don't know, I've been up there. I'm going to guess probably 5,000 to 6,000 people maybe in Athens. Not very many. And then, of course, you have Pipestem State Park. You been there yet? Oh, you got to check it out.
Haven't been there.
Pipestem State Park's right close to Concord. Anyway, Jake's here getting some food. I grabbed him to put him on because we're proud of him. So, continued success, sir. We'll be tracking you.
Appreciate you.
Go Lions. Go Cyclones. Jake the Snake. There you go. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We'll get him set up and ready to go. Joseph Taylor, Tennessee, is not going to be at home. I don't totally agree with that, but they don't ask. They don't care what I think. We'll take a break. We'll be right back after this from Food City. We are live here at Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton on the Tom Taylor Sports.
All right. We ready for story time? Yes, Warren?
Mrs. Turner, for your last day, we would like to tell the story.
Okay.
Once upon a time, in this town, a little girl named Meredith Turner was born. And she grew up right here.
She went to this very school and graduated right here. She went away for a short time to learn to be a teacher.
But she came back to teach right here.
She got married and raised a family right here. Our moms and dads had you as their teacher right here.
And we do too. So right here, we'd all like to say,
We love you, Mrs. Turner!
At Chick-fil-A Caraway Village, we always look forward to seeing Ellie. Nick also.
Ellie just gets excited and bolts right towards them.
She loves to come and get the bag and trots right back to Nick.
We never even had to ask them to hand her the bag. The team members just automatically knew to do it. It was just that little thing, that level of customer service that kind of blew my mind.
We're just really glad that Nick shared Ellie with us. We take care of our guests, whether they're two-legged or four-legged.
Back in the Tom Taylor Sports Show, look who stopped by. My man's in the house, my buddy, and brought me a cool. First off, good morning, sir. How are you?
Oh, wonderful. How are you, Tom?
Actually, it's noon now. It's past 12 o'clock. Yep. So officially say good afternoon, but love this. Check this out. Ivy Hall Nursing Home, a vine of caring. Won more awards again, didn't you?
Yes, sir. Johnson City Press and Elizabethton Star Reader's Choice Best Nursing Home. So we pretty proud of that, and you're a part of the Ivy Hall family, so we wanted to give you an official Ivy Hall T-shirt.
I love it. That is soft too.
Yeah, they're nice shirts.
That's a soft shirt. Thank you. Ivy Hall Nursing Home, a vine of caring. So
I had to do
go.
some stealth work at your Tom Taylor recognition to figure out what size shirt would be best for you. So,
did you get it?
I was told what to get. I hope it's the right size.
I didn't pay attention because I'm gonna wear it no matter what size. Let's just see what it is. It is. Bingo.
Yes, sir.
Double X.
Yep.
Works every time. Happy, as Phil Robertson say, I'm happy, happy, happy. All right, Tennessee. Last night, softball. Right into a buzzsaw, Florida State.
They sure did. But what a good run they had.
I mean, yeah.
And first time being back at the World Series since 2015. That program used to be one of the elites. Hopefully, being at the World Series can get them back on another path of being one of the elite programs in the country. You know, you lost to Oklahoma and you lost to Florida State, and those two are the teams that are playing for the championship.
There you go.
So, I mean, you're in the Final Four. What else can you say? If you make it to the Final Four teams in the nation, you've done something well.
Well, and the two teams knocked you out of the tournament are playing for the national championship.
Absolutely.
So if you're Karen Wheatley and you go back to Knoxville and going, man, and of course I wanted to get on moving on the next round. I get that, but if there's any consolation, you didn't get beat by Cream Puffs. You got beat by, let's see, Florida State's got 50-some wins, and I think I read where Oklahoma's 59-1, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, it's some unbelievable record.
Yeah, they won 50 in a row, I believe. Now,
yeah,
just unreal.
Yeah. So I want to get this real fast and make sure I'm saying not being incorrect. And of course, it's not where I want it to be. Oh, it's down here. So yeah. So Tennessee softball has been eliminated. So get this right here, and here it is right here. I know I had it. Okay. Florida State is 58-9. Oklahoma is 59-1.
Yeah.
So combined, that's 717 wins. 117-10 is the two teams that Tennessee got beat by. So, and the young lady stepped up, pitched a good game, Sandra Cock. So, and Karen Weekly said we had opportunities. You kind of know if they get to the point they get that lead, you're going to see her. She's very good. She's one of the best pitchers. You saw why tonight. So gracious in the defeat. But Tennessee has nothing to be ashamed of. Again, the two teams they lose to are playing with the national championship starting tomorrow night. Best out of three. And it's, for me, watching college softball, I got hooked.
Yeah.
That's a pretty exciting game.
It is exciting. And they some of the announcers were saying they want to implement next year some of the pitch clock rules to speed the game up even more, to make it even more exciting, which I think will help. Major League Baseball, I feel like, has become so much more watchable with these new pitch clock rules. The games are going by quick. There's action. I think college softball would benefit from implementing some of those as well.
So you move over to baseball. I don't get it, but Tennessee is going to travel. They made the decision this morning between Southern Miss and Tennessee, and the Vols have to go to Hattiesburg to play. They'll be there at 3 o'clock on Saturday against Southern Miss. Tennessee, so Friday, South Carolina plays at Florida, Duke at Virginia, Oral Roberts at Oregon, and Indiana State will be at TCU. That's on Friday. On Saturday, Alabama will be at Wake Forest, Texas at Stanford, Kentucky at LSU, and Tennessee at Southern Miss. So geographically, let's do this. How many teams are from the South? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 teams out of 16 are out of the South. We play pretty good baseball down south.
Absolutely. And, in all honesty, Tennessee should not be a college baseball powerhouse. You think of our weather, we don't have a whole lot of good months to play in.
Point.
It just speaks even more to what Tony Vitello's doing. He's bringing such good talent to Knoxville. It rains in Knoxville a lot. Mm-hmm. So, for all intents and purposes, Knoxville should not be the powerhouse that it is. So the way he's got it rolling is just incredible.
Well, on top of that, they got knocked out of the SEC tournament.
Yeah.
So you think, okay. And now you look up and they're in the Super Regional, the chance to go to the College World Series. So
now I know you're probably going to roll your eyes at me, but I feel like the heads of NCAA baseball do not like Tennessee. They don't like them. They don't like them for last year. Think about what they did to them this year. We're going to put, we're going to put Tennessee in the toughest region of them all. Clemson had won 18 games in a row. They're the hottest team in the nation. Let's send Tennessee there. Tennessee wins the region. So now you have to decide who we're going to go. We're going to have the Super Regional in Knoxville or Hattiesburg. Tennessee, by every measurement, RPI, conference, everything you can think of, Tennessee was the logical choice. They go with Hattiesburg. The powers that be do not like the Vols. They don't. We're the Black Cats, and that's fine. Just going to have to prove them wrong.
That's a very good argument because, they send you to Clemson, you win the regional.
Yeah.
And so as a reward, they put you back out on the road.
Yeah.
To Southern Miss. So, and, Southern Miss fans out there, they're not a powerhouse in college. They're good. Obviously, they wouldn't be where they are. But I'm like you. I think Tennessee should have been rewarded for, what they did. They went into the Lions Den and came out with a win in Clemson, again in Clemson, South Carolina. But they're not. So all 3 games will be in Hattiesburg.
And the thing is, knowing the way that Coach Vitello works, he's probably a little bit inside glad because now he can use this as motivation for the team. Look, they didn't even want us to host a regional. They're scared of us. He can use all the motivational stuff now.
Oh,
he can go right into the bag of tricks. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can play it as the underdog.
Yep.
David and Goliath are going to go to Hattiesburg, and we should be at home. They don't like us, and so they probably don't think we're very good. And yeah, he can play this bulletin board.
And Southern Miss their athletic department has already come out and said they are not selling any tickets to this game. If you're not a season ticket holder at Southern Miss, you cannot get a ticket to this game. They've already said it.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
So you and I are going to jump in the car and go to Hattiesburg to see UT play. We can't get a ticket?
We can't get a ticket. unless we buy it from a Southern Miss season ticket holder, because apparently they had enough season ticket holders to sell out their stadium, so now they don't have to release any tickets at all. It's not right.
That smells a little fishy
It
to
does,
me.
doesn't it?
So, a Tennessee fan, well, if you're a Mississippi State fan, you want to go watch the game because your team's out. Nobody's going to be able to go to this game unless you're a Southern Miss ticket holder.
The only way tickets will be for sale are if the Southern Miss fans do a third party, Ticketmaster, whatever, StubHub, third party sites to sell them. But as far as you or me trying to go to Southern Miss Athletic Department, buy a ticket, can't do it. And I'm sure they have to release a certain amount to the Tennessee staff for some players' families and stuff. But just general admission,
Like me and you, we ain't going.
We can't go.
That seems really crazy
Yeah.
in the United States of America to
Yep.
me, but I don't understand how they can block that. But it is America, but I guess they can because they're in this rationale is there's no tickets to be had because all the Southern Miss fans bought tickets. So,
Yeah.
so Tennessee fans can't go watch the game
Can't go.
because there's no.
Or if they do, they'll have to pay through the nose through StubHub or SeatGeek or whichever sites that you might find one on.
That's nuts. I didn't know that. See, that's why we have him come on the show. I didn't know that. So, anyway, Tennessee's going to play Saturday and Sunday, and that third game, if necessary, will be on Monday. So you're down to the Sweet 16. South Carolina, Florida, Duke, Virginia, Oral Roberts, Oregon, Indiana State, TCU. Let's see, Arkansas got knocked out. They were one of the heavies, got eliminated. Alabama, Wake Forest, Texas, Stanford, Kentucky, LSU, and Tennessee at Southern Miss. Now, some folks have approached me about this, thinking it's not fair Alabama's there because of the betting scandal and the gambling scandal where they fired the coach. And so, I've had people tell me, come up and said, of course, they don't like Alabama to begin with. They said they should be punished. They shouldn't be able to go on to the tournament if their coach got fired for betting on games.
From what I understand, they did an investigation and no players, no other staff knew what was going on. This was just the head coach had gone rogue. You want to believe him, you want to give him the benefit of the doubt because you certainly don't want to put any punishment on the players that they don't deserve. So I don't know. I don't know what the proper call is here. It's impressive that Alabama's been able to right the ship and get this far.
Yeah.
With all the,
props.
Goodness gracious.
A lot of distractions.
Yeah.
And they've buckled down and played good baseball, and they're there. So then I look at this other deal going on. Leslie Taylor says, doesn't make sense. This is postseason. She must be referring to the Tennessee ticket, lack of tickets. That would be your better half, would it not?
That would be my better half.
Yeah. You outpunted your coverage, I'm just going to tell you.
100%.
100% you got it.
Yes, sir.
So, what a sweet lady. Your kids are awesome. All right, so you've got a story today. Isaiah Rodgers, cornerback for the Colts, hundreds of wagers. He's coming out and conceding that. Hundreds of wagers, including some of the bets he made on the Colts when he was playing. So what do you do to him, and how do you regulate this going forward? Because I think the horse is out of the barn. I don't think there's any chance they can regulate this. What do you think?
No. The thing is, once these sports leagues got, I hate to say into bed, but once they started making these deals with gambling, how are you going to prevent how this was unavoidable? You for years and years they tried to just not even acknowledge betting, which was probably the better way to go, because now, like you said, the horse is out of the barn. I don't know how you can regulate it, because even if it is kind of strange to me that these players are dumb enough to place bets at the facility or on their own team and not use a proxy. I mean, like you could. I'm sure these guys have friends. They could be like, "Hey, put some money on this." I don't know how you just can't think it through a little bit more.
Well, the rule is they can bet on games. The National Football League players, they can't wager the bet or place a bet on the team's facility. I guess you can be out in your car driving down the road, leaving practice, but you can't do it on the facility. I guess they can ping it on your phone and find out where you are. But the whole thing doesn't make sense to me. I don't gamble. I'm not going to gamble, but apparently they've told me we can sit here right now and get on this phone and place bets sitting there on our phone.
Oh, yeah, because Tennessee has the mobile sports betting, so you can do it. All these states where it's legal, these guys you can't get in trouble for betting, but you can for betting at the facility. I don't know I don't know how you could just be that I don't want to say stupid, but like oblivious to the rules. Like you can't do it at the facility, and you certainly don't want to be caught betting on your own team. Even if you're betting for them, it still sets a bad precedent.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you go the bigger picture back to Pete Rose and everything he did, and now he can't get in the Hall of Fame, but now you got these guys betting. It's apples and oranges, but the concept is still there. Is that there is betting now? It's coming out. It's becoming more and more prevalent, and this is the tip of the iceberg, and it has been. So if this is an NFL facility right here, you and I, according to this rule I'm reading, you and I can't bet sitting here. But we can go in the car and go right over there in the Big Lots parking lot, off facility, and bet. In this case, he bet on his own team. I don't know what they're going to do to the guy, but the NFL's going through, as they said, a second wave of potential gambling violations. Well, this guy's come out and said, hey, potential, I did it. Hundreds of wagers.
Yeah.
So then you go back and look for the integrity of the game. Are these guys throwing these games to make money?
Yeah, that is definitely that's what all these sports leagues. I'm sure that's their number one. Well, after making money, I think their number two focus is integrity of the games. How can we ensure it? And I do not know. I don't know how you can police it.
You can't. Because of the mobility and the accessibility. Anybody, anywhere, anytime can do it, I guess. So.
And I think that's what the NFL, when they caught Calvin Ridley, he was the first one. So they suspended him a full season, and I'm sure they thought, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to set the consequences to where people won't do it. And now the second wave, as you said, I think it's up in the double digits now of people that have done it. So obviously, them seeing Calvin Ridley get in trouble didn't deter them from doing it themselves.
It's trickled down to college.
Yep.
We talked earlier in the month. We were talking about Iowa and Iowa State, and Alabama's baseball and Iowa State, and Iowa athletes were caught betting. So I don't hope to goodness it doesn't drop down to high school. I don't hope that it'll never come to that point. But you know what? This world's so crazy, nothing's going to surprise me.
And I think college is even more vulnerable because you're talking about guys who aren't making money that can, point shave in basketball to make sure that they can lose just in the amount of points that they need to lose by. And these guys have, they've got no money. At least the pro athletes are getting paid. You'd hope that they would be a little bit more or less likely to do it, but who knows?
All right, I got a brand new wrinkle for you. We're talking to Joseph Taylor. We're live here at Alveol Nursing Home is with us, and we're live here at Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton. Former president of the United States Football League is launching a spring football league for high school players. A 6-week season. They'll use NCAA playing rules, will operate independent of high school state regulations, therefore giving the players the chance to profit off their name, image, and likeness without any restrictions. It's the Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
This guy's going to put together a 6-week season, April through May of next year. Teams in Atlanta, Cleveland, Dallas, Houston, New Jersey, New Orleans, L.A., Miami, Phoenix, San Diego, San Francisco, and Tampa. He hopes to start hiring coaches in the next couple of months. The league could supplement recruiting camps and 7-on-7 programs that provide recruiting showcases for prospects during the months when they aren't playing high school football. They're going to wear sensors to measure performance metrics that can be shared with college programs. So how good is Tom? How good is Joseph? We're going to be strapped on with equipment, measuring sensors to measure our performance metrics to make sure, makes us more recruitable, I guess. Potential recruits could pay for what you referred to as a player development fee to participate in the league. You got to pay to play. He compared to the money families pay for travel teams in AAU. Also hoping to get revenue from sponsorships and ticket prices. They're going to live stream the games. I'm not making this up. This just came out today. Who can play? Players will be eligible to participate in the league only if they're enrolled in an accredited middle or high school curriculum. A middle school or high school curriculum. And live in one of the league's 12 markets. All right? So then you get into Tom and Joseph, pretty good up here in East Tennessee. We don't live in any of these cities, but we want to come play. How are you going to stop us? Squeaky wheel's going to get the grease. So if I'm good enough and Mommy and Daddy's got the money to pay for it, I guarantee you, what's this guy's name, Brian Woods, are going to go, okay, well, you don't really live in, what's the closest city? You don't really live in Atlanta, but here's a check, Hoss. I'm going to write for Joseph Taylor to get him to play. Here's the check. I'm going to pay it. You want my money or not? Oh, yeah, I guess we'll take it. You don't really live in Atlanta, but I guarantee it's going to happen. Wood says he plans to target prospects entering their sophomore or junior years of high school football this fall. So this is a new super spring football league for high school players called the Prep Super League. We'll begin next year with a 6-week season, and you got to pay to get in it. And you know what? I know lots of people that pay lots of money to get their kids to ball camps in different places, so money won't be an option, I don't think.
I can't help but think when you were reading this, it seems like every time you hear of something like this, the person that's running it ends up being a scumbag. You know what I mean? It's how can that person that funds the league end up greasing their own pocket? This doesn't seem one bit like they're trying to really help the kids when you have to pay to play and all this stuff. All of it sounds fishy to me.
Former president of the United States Football League, Brian Woods is this guy's name. So he's going to start his own high school super league. And oh, by the way, you got to pay Brian, or you got to pay to play. So, and it won't be cheap.
It won't be cheap, and you're going to have to pay to watch the live stream. So this guy, like I said, every time I think of one of these, I think of all these AAU basketball and all these guys that just seem so like snake oil salesmen. You know what I mean?
Sponsorship, ticket revenue, live streaming, and oh, by the way, you got to pay to play. So anyway, it'll go good. You wait and see.
Oh yeah, because all these parents think that their Johnny's going to be the next great quarterback. So yeah, let's pay to play.
To a certain degree, we've made sports an idol in this country.
Oh yeah,
in my humble opinion. So, and that's just what I think. And so, let's give you the verse of the day. By the way, we always dedicate our show to the man that hung on the cross. Psalms 37:4 says, "Take delight in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart." Take delight in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Kinsley Crane was here a few minutes ago. She's getting ready to get baptized tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Is that not cool?
That's
Goes to
awesome.
Harold McCormick. And I told her, Luke 15:10, when someone gets baptized or gets saved, the angels have a house party. That's what they say. So they celebrate. It's not really in the Bible, the house party, but they go bananas. They're they're excited because one gets to come to know the Lord. And so she came by here earlier. Your daughters got baptized.
Yes, both of them. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's probably the greatest joy of being a parent is knowing that we're going to spend eternity together with them and don't have to worry about that. And we'll just get to stay together forever. They may get tired of mom and dad, but they're going to see us forever now.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be awful to get to heaven and you've asked the Lord in your heart, and you get up there and look around and the people you thought were going to be there, your loved ones and people, they aren't there, and you'll never, ever, 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 ever see them again? And how sad would that be?
That's a bad feeling.
Fathers, brothers, sisters, mamas, grandmamas, whomever, you get up there and look around and where are they? They're not here, they're not going to be here. So with yours, it's taken care of.
Yes, sir.
Mine is taken care of, so it's good. So anyway, what's going on in Ivy Hall Nursing Home?
Ivy Hall, we are mask free. Praise the Lord. After 3 long years, it feels like we can operate without mask, and we have open visitation. Come see your loved ones. We'd love to have visitors. Activities are back up and running. We are just praising the Lord that we feel like we might see the end of this pandemic. I don't know. I never want to say it's over, but it looks like we might be able to ride it out.
Light at the end of the tunnel.
Let's hope it's not a train.
Yeah, good point. Kickoff 73 days.
That's crazy.
High school football.
Like
73 days.
Like I sent you yesterday, time's just flying by.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be, well, I was about to say at Citizens Bank Stadium, but I think they open up with four straight away games this year. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll be at, is it Kermit Tipton Stadium over there?
Kermit Tipton will be at Science Hill playing in the Railroad Rumble again. I can still see Trenton Taylor carrying that trophy across ETSU's field the first year.
Oh, my goodness. He went up in the stands, and he said that one of the security guards was like, "You can't go up there." And Trenton's like, "Oh, yes, I can."
Yeah.
He went right up with the students.
Yep. So that's what August the 18th, first game. We play at Science Hill, at Morristown West, at Cherokee and at Granger. Maybe have those backwards. But so the first 4 on the road, the first home game for the Cyclones will be Daniel Boone, which will be a heck of a contest. So, and we've got new folks in the league this year, and we'll wrap things up in the regular season with the Greenville Green Devils, which is the final game of the regular season.
And I tell you, this non-conference schedule is no joke. Talk about Science Hill,
Dobbins Bennett.
Dobbins Bennett, Daniel Boone, and Morristown West. That is tough.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he's not back down. Sean Witten said, we're going to go after him. We're going to play Science Hill and DB, both on the road this year. Next year they'll be here. And then we'll play Morristown West on the road. We have Boone at home. So out of the 4 non-conference games for the Cyclones, 3 of them are going to be on the road.
And you're going to be breaking in a brand new quarterback one way or another. That's four straight road games, sink or swim.
Bringing in a lot of new people.
Yeah.
We've lost a lot of kids at graduation. So, but next man up, you reload.
That's it. And I think that last year's senior class probably ended up getting overlooked a little bit because their season didn't go probably like they wanted it to. But you're right. They're replacing a lot of those guys that were big-time contributors.
So Trent's going to be out of high school for 2 years now.
Yeah, this will be year 2.
That is amazing.
Yep.
God, where does time? Trent Taylor's going to be a graduate, have been out of Elizabeth High School for 2 years. Or he is out of 2 years.
Yeah.
We just had graduation.
Yeah.
Been out for 2 years. That is hard for me to believe.
It sure is.
Good grief. Time marches on. We're 201 days till Christmas. Let's leave it alone, Tom.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Let that go. All right, Tennessee football. Before I let you go, recruiting. We hit a couple of tough spots yesterday.
Yeah, so 2 guys that they thought they had a real good shot at committed to different schools yesterday. I think one to Clemson and one to USC. And then they had a decommit receiver, J.J. Harrell, I think is his name. He decommitted. So you got to go back to the drawing board and, hit it hard again. USC, as in the University of Southern Cal, is throwing some massive money around, from what I understand, at these recruits.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. So it's going to be hard to compete against them.
So that's the reason they left, you think?
That's what the Twitter world's saying, and you can't believe everything you hear on Twitter.
Wow. But it's out there, name, image, and likeness.
Yeah.
There's the haves and have-nots. Saban and some college presidents and ADs have gone to Washington this week, as a matter of fact, maybe today. They went up here to talk to the congressional folks saying, we got to regulate this and make it a level playing field for everybody, because it really becomes a Wild Wild West sweepstakes. So if I can offer you more money than that guy over there, and you say, well, Joseph, he's going to give you $8,000, I can write you a check right now for $12,000 right now if you'll sign right here. That's what it's coming down to.
Exactly. And, we've talked about this several times when I've been on here. The NCAA had at least 10 years, more like 20 years to get a plan in place, and they never did. And now they're going to beg Congress to legislate it. I mean, come on, guys. This has been coming. You should have had a plan in place.
Exactly. I think you mix in politics and sport. I think it's just not I don't think it's a good thing.
No.
NCAA should have been taking care of the hen house and had their own regulations in place.
They've known it was coming.
Oh, yeah. This is not – it didn't wake up and go, oh, gosh. I mean, you could see it coming down through the years.
Yep.
And now it's, as I said earlier, the horse is out of the barn, and now they're trying to regulate it. When they first started it, I sit right here on the show and said, there are no guardrails, there's no stipulations, just have at it, basically. And so now they realize they messed up. They're trying to pull back in. You can't pull back in.
No. And the thing is, what it's looking like is the schools that have these super boosters that are, the billionaires or at least the 100 millionaires are really able to provide more money. If you're a Tennessee fan, you should feel pretty good because they have some deep pocketed boosters.
So do you blame the kids? No.
No, heck no.
If I'm in that position and I'm sitting here and Tommy says, I'll pay you $10,000 a year to sit here and do this show, but Zaxby's over there and says, well, I'll pay you $15,000, and Burger Chef says, I'll pay you $20,000, well, what am I going to do?
Yeah. You got it.
I'm going to Burger King.
Highest bidder.
Yeah. I mean, that's what these guys are dealing with. In fact, some of these coaches say now they don't ask about majors. They don't ask anything about academics. They say, how much you going to pay me? Yeah. That's what it's come down to. And so I don't know how they regulate it. It's just like the gambling thing. But it's out there, and it is what it is. And I love having Joseph Taylor come on the show. Thank you for the shirt.
Yes, sir.
Show one more time.
All
Ivy
right.
Hall Nursing Home. Are you still looking for employees?
We are. If you want to join our team, RNs, LPNs, CNAs, housekeeping, laundry, dietary, we're hiring everything.
I like the slogan, a vine of caring.
Yes.
That is very nice. I like that. Never heard that before. Did you come up with that?
I didn't. Somebody was much smarter than me.
I like it. A vine of caring.
Yes, sir.
Ivy Hall Nursing Home. Talk soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Yep. Quick break. We'll be right back. We're live here at Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton on the Tom Taylor Sports. About bill pay. That's something real cool. You guys can help folks out with bill pay. How's that work?
Bill pay is convenient, it's fast, it's cheaper. You can set up bill pay. It is a free service on your home banking, and you can have it automatically come out, such as your utilities, your credit card payments, your insurance, even charity. This is something you do not have to worry about. This is a peace of mind tool to have you set up on your payment. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to run to the electric system to pay your things. You can set it up automatically, and it's free.
Mm-hmm. Bill pay through Northeast Community Credit Union. Also, loan special alert. It's still going just about that. That was a cheesy bullet, whatever that thing was. But I don't think anybody's attention go, what's wrong with him? So anyway, loan special alert, what's going on?
Yeah, we have loan special alert. It is $200 cash if you move your auto loan with us at Northeast Community Credit Union. We do the legwork for you. All you have to do is fill out an application online or come in one of our convenient locations and fill out an application there. We will get it all worked out. It doesn't take very long, and we have loan officers willing to help you.
Awesome. Obviously, it's going great guns. They continue to extend it, so it's going
That's right.
good. 547-1200, call them.
Yep.
And so you can get your auto loan, as you heard her say. When you move it from XYZ Financial Institution to Northeast Community Credit Union, you get $200 instant cash to hand to you or put in your account, either way. So it's good stuff.
That's right.
Locations, where are we?
We are in Roe Mountain off of 19E. We are also in Elizabethton off of 19E. Our main office is behind Elizabethton High School, and we have one over on West Oakland Avenue in Johnson City.
Hours you're open?
We're open 8 o'clock at the drive-thru Monday through Friday. We open in the lobby at 8:30. We close at 4:30 Monday through Thursday. We close at 5 on Friday. We are open Saturdays 9 till noon at every location at drive-thru only.
Awesome. And social media, how do we find you?
You can find us at Be My CU. You can find us at Northeast Community Credit Union on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or BeMyCU.org.
One of our great sponsors of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports, Northeast Community Credit Union. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. We are live here at Chick-fil-A in Elizabethton again on this Tuesday. Tomorrow, Chick-fil-A in Johnson City is where we'll be. Thursday, we will be at Double C Western Supply, kicking off the big Father's Day sale for Dad's Day next weekend. Not this weekend, but the following Sunday will be Father's Day, which will be on the 18th. So, yep, we'll be at Double C Western Supply on Thursday, broadcasting live the Father's Day sale going on for all the dads. So, appreciate them very much. Mike Barnett's going to join us from Big John's Closeouts. He's on his way. In fact, he's walking to the door. It's good. We'll get set up, get him ready to go, get him settled in right after this break. Big John's Closeout, and we'll take a look into college baseball. Tennessee traveling. Unfortunately, they are traveling to Southern Miss. We'll take a look at some more after this from good folks at Cannon Dental, one of our great sponsors.
So I'm Dr. Beth Cannon of Cannon Family Dental. We do a little bit of everything, cosmetic dentistry, general dentistry. We see all ages of patients. I like that patients are comfortable with bringing their family here. With smaller children, they're some of my favorite patients to see. We always try to make that first visit super happy, where they get to come in, sit in the chair, see how they get pictures of their teeth and get their teeth brushed with a little silly brush. There's multiple families that have been with me since the beginning, and their kids were, my kids' age, like 7, 8 years old, and now they're grown up driving. They drive to their own appointments and make their own appointments, which is wonderful, and getting to see the kids and grow up with them. It's great to be a part of that. So if any of you are looking for a new dentist, we would love to have you join our family. Definitely give us a call if you'd like to come in.
And back on the Tom Total Sports Show, look who stopped by. We're glad that he did. The owner of Big John's Closeouts. I know you get tired of hearing me talk about my steel weed eater, but I'm telling you, I love it. That thing tears up jack. I didn't realize a battery-powered weed eater had that much oomph because I just always assumed the gas had more. Maybe it does, but for what I need, what I use around my home, that steel battery-powered weed eater, man, that thing rocks. You sell a bunch of them too, don't you?
Well, yes, we've sold quite a few this year. I think more and more people are entertaining using battery-powered equipment because they've improved them so much over the years. With extended battery life, they've got a pretty good amount of power to do what you're doing, whether it's a hedge trimmer, a blower, a weed eater like yours, even a chainsaw. I've got a little chainsaw. It's a battery-powered item, and a lot of times for limbs and smaller trees that come down, it's not as loud. You don't smell like gas when it's over. It doesn't wake up the neighborhood, and you can zip right on through it. Doesn't have a real long bar. It ain't like you're going to have an 18 or 20-inch bar, but still is coming out with commercial grade chainsaws that will be battery.
Really?
And everything with battery pack, yes.
That's pretty cool. So, anyway, another testimonial. I do it all the time every time Mike comes on, but I bought a steel battery-powered weed eater. I don't know, it's been about a month ago now. Man, I love it. That thing is awesome. And the battery power, and the other day I timed it. And I stopped. I was weeding for about 35, 40 minutes. And I finally shut it down. It's got four bars on it for strength. And after 35, 40 minutes, I shut it off, still had 2 on it.
Right.
So,
yep.
And then when you recharge it, recharges pretty quick too. So
then you're ready to go again.
Yeah.
A lot of people will buy an extra battery. They've got one on the charger, one in their equipment, and so they really don't have to stop. They
just swap it out.
Going and going.
Keep trucking.
That's right.
We would be remiss if we didn't promote Liberty because he's in the cast, the official outdoor drama. We'll talk about what's going on with Big John's in a second, but he is a member of about 80, I think Keith said 80 to 90 folks up there. I'd say up there right up the street at Sycamore Shoals, the official outdoor drama of the great state of Tennessee and Liberty. You're one of the main cast members. How did the first weekend go?
It went pretty good. We had a little bit of rain on a Saturday. We postponed the start time by just a little bit because we knew it was moving around and we weren't sure exactly where it was going to go, so we were trying to wait before we got everybody grounded and stuff of that nature. I think up Stony Creek and on out towards Johnson City it rained hard, but it was mainly just a good sprinkle for a while down at the park, and then it just tapered off. And by the time we got to the second act, there was no rain at all and everything, so it worked out really well. Sort of cooled it off a little bit. It's one of the benefits of doing it in June with these heavy outfits on. It's a little bit easier on some of the cast, especially those of us that have some age to them, as well as the ladies that are in very long dresses and stuff of that nature where they don't get a lot of air movement. But yeah, we went through it real well. We had a good turnout of cast members. Wish we'd had a few more crowd show up, but it was decent, for an opening weekend. But we'll start building up steam as we get farther into this thing and the word gets out and people talk about it. But we've got a lot of rich history around here, Tom, and it's something that we need to keep alive because this place is as special as any place in the country.
Well, what's cool for me, because I've been to see the production, it's actually happening where it really did take place. This is not fictitious, not some dramatization. This is an event that really happened on the very ground up here at Sycamore Shoals that happened back in the day. So you're literally watching a show, history unfolding on the grounds that really unfolded. I just think it's amazing.
Oh, it is. That's right. I told somebody, I said, this would be something that you would think would be made up in a script for, you know, some kind of a high-priced movie with all the things that was involved with these settlers, the men, women, and children that you know, came to the Watauga Old Fields, as it was called by the Cherokee, you know, to form the first free and independent government, then the largest land purchase in this continent's history, and then the battle that really turned the Revolutionary War. You know, all those things right there are so critical when you look at what we hold, you know, sacred as a community, as a state, and as a nation, you know, as far as independence from Britain, as far as land ownership and stuff that we're able to do, and also being able to worship and determine our own laws, rules, regulations. I mean, it's amazing what these people did, and they sacrificed a lot.
Yes, it is.
This wasn't easy. Britain at that time was the most powerful country in the world, with a powerful navy, you know, and just a very organized and at times ruthless military force under Ferguson and some of these other people.
So to buck up, if you will, and swim upstream and battle them and go against what the Brits wanted, huge, the sacrifice these families made. So the production will be Friday night and Saturday. You'll see a skirmish. It's a love story inside of this, the historical part that Mike alluded to. The Cherokee, the Native American Cherokee Indians are there, of course. That's a big part of the production. So there's lots of little subplots inside the whole thing, isn't there?
Oh, yes, there is. Yes, there is.
So tickets are available. Again, Friday night and Saturday. Starts time is what, 8? Is that correct?
8, yeah. The gates will open around 6:30 to 6:45, you know, which gives people that like to get there early, maybe go through concessions, which are offered down there. You know, we have a good concession group of people that help take care of that. You can sit around, you can talk to some of the other guests or some of the support people will be up in the sound booth, you know, or even some of the cast that'll be milling around. A lot of times we've got casts that are down there within the crowd, also welcoming you inside the park, you know, office as you come in.
Yep. Sycamore Shoals State Park, which is a crow flies about a mile right up the street here. I can't always point that way, but that's where it's at. Of course, Leslie comes in every Monday, promotes what's going on. The Watauga Valley Junior Art League show's going on. It'll start this weekend. It'll run inside the visitor center. It's free, but of course you buy some of the paintings and things for sale. You got to pay for that. But that's another thing offered by Sycamore Shoals. I think she tells me it was a 20,000 were there last month coming through. I mean, it's an incredible number of people visit this park. I drive by it every day and think, wow. And of course, as the summer months go on, it's even more visited and more heavily visited. So, cool thing. But please consider going to see. Well, I saw it 2 years ago. Okay, cast changes, things change. So if you saw it 2 years ago, come back and see it again. So it's worth it. Liberty, the official outdoor drama of the great state of Tennessee with the entire state. All right, he is here also as the owner, as we said, a Big John's closeout. Let me hit this right here, and we're gonna get rolling with it. So here we go. So there we go. Now let's hit this. Talking to our buddy Mike Barnett from Big John's Closeout, one of our great sponsors here at the Tom Douglas Sports Show and Cyclone Football. What do we have, sir, to show?
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about kitchen cabinetry again. It's been a little while since we've done that. You know, when you start thinking about, you know, entertaining in the summer months and even going into the holiday season as you get farther along in the year, you know, one of the more important parts of the house is the kitchen. Not only for the wife or the primary, you know, person that's doing the cooking and preparing, but it's also a gathering place a lot of times, especially when we're thinking about Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners, birthday parties, you know, just having people over from church for socials or whatever, you know. And, you know, kitchen cabinetry is an item that makes that kitchen. It makes it more functional, not only makes it more attractive, but it also adds a tremendous amount to the resale value that goes into that home if you're thinking about later maybe reselling or moving or downsizing or whatever you might be doing. And there's a lot of different profiles and stuff. I just brought 3 with us today that we're going to look at. You know, a lot of people like a rustic look kitchen cabinet like that. Turn it around, sorry, I got it the wrong way. The woodland, which is a shaker, like a almost a distressed maple type look or whatever, and so you get a natural finish, you get a lot of stuff into that. A lot of people are liking the clean looks that go with like a white shaker cabinet. you know, where you've got the recessed panel, and we have raised panel and a lot of other things of that nature that goes along with that. That's a very well priced cabinet also that you can get for a very, very reasonable price. And then you've also got your, you know, some of your grays and even darker colors. I didn't bring any of them, but that's a big sample board. I'm sorry, couldn't get anything any smaller. But that's one of our more popular grays. Now, we have a lot of variations on these things. You know, like I say, with the white shaker, you can do a white raised panel. You know, you can do some that's an off-white, like a cream color, as far as that goes in your grays. You know, you've got a medium gray. You can even go to a darker or lighter gray than what we're showing right here, as far as that goes. You can get all kind of amenities that go with it to make it easier on the homemaker and the functionality of the kitchen, such as soft close doors and drawers and stuff of that nature. You can also get you know, special like wine racks if you're looking for that, pull out trash bins, you know, a lot of different kind of ways to dress it up with crown mold and sconces and, you know, fillers that are, you know, decorative and stuff of that nature. So there's something to meet almost any person's need that you can find with these different varieties of cabinets. And we deal with probably about 4 main cabinet companies that we deal with. They're all wood construction. You don't have to worry about the particle board getting a little wet. You have a dishwasher line break or something of that nature, all of a sudden it starts swelling, bowing up, and everything of that nature. You know, these are all wood drawers, wood sides, etc. So, you know, you're getting a quality cabinet, but the neat thing about it is you're getting it at a very, very aggressive price. We can come out and measure. We can come back and do our figuring on the computer, give you the 3D dimensional layouts and stuff, go over it with you, make sure you're happy, make adjustments that you want. We can order it. We can, a lot of these come down, broke down. They're ready to assemble, what they call an RTA cabinet, and we can assemble them, put them together there, and even deliver them from the store. So for the whole package, all the way down to your countertops that we can order in a lot of different profiles and styles, you can find it at Big John's.
Customer service, folks, what it's all about. So you can go in and pick it out, mix and match, be as creative as you want to, is what you want for the color, the style, so on and so forth. And then they can put it together, you can put it together, they can deliver it, and I guess you can even install it, right?
We've got people that, they don't really work for Big John's, but we've got 2 or 3 people that we've had extremely good success with. So, yes, we can give you the names of some installers that we've had feedback from that people are extremely happy with their work.
Hours are open?
We're there 7:30 to 6, Monday through Friday, 8 to 4 on Saturday.
So for questions, they can call you or they can email you. Tell me about that.
Yeah, you can call us at 423-542-4755. You can email us at experts with an S at bigjohns with an S, closeouts with an S.com. Or if you've got cabinet questions or you'd like to set up arrangements with them without coming to the store, you can email them at cabinets with an S at bigjohnscloseouts.com, or they can always send me a request at Mike, M-I-K-E, at bigjohnscloseouts.com.
So if you want to get a hold of him, he's giving you all kinds of options to get a hold of him for any kind of questions or comments. Just go in the store and sit down and visit with him or any of the great folks work there. They can sit down and get you going towards these cabinets, and that's the way to do it. One of our great sponsors of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Baylor Sports Show, where they hammer high prices. Mike Barnett, the owner, Big John's Closeouts. So we had you on a couple of weeks ago about Cabot and the stains, and so I'm looking at Father's Day coming up. Then you look at the 4th of July coming up. It's hard to believe we're talking about it, but 4th of July, that's a big backyard get-together time. So if you've got a deck that needs some help, and do a quick fix, tell us how you can help us with the Cabot.
Well, we've got 2 options, actually. We've got, of course, the Cabot stain, which we have in ready-made colors, and they're regular semi-transparent, and their Australian timber oil, which is the next step up in their stain line. We have all the bases to mix, specialty colors, and they've got just, you know, hundreds of colors that you could actually probably come up with. And we can do the mixing there within the store in both a semi-transparent, which will let all your grain show through, your semi-solid, which lets a little bit of the texture show through, and then the solid color stains, which is pretty much like a rich-bodied paint. Not only can we do that, we have the Deck Correct product, which is a coating that can be mixed to a number of colors. Also in that line, that is a coating that go on weathered older decks that's got maybe issues with splintering, bag cracking, and stuff of that nature, you can rework that deck to a surface that's somewhat skid-proof, that's got a sealed coating on it with a little bit of texture, and refurbish that deck without having to replace that deck. We also are a stocking dealer of the Ready Seal stain, which is pretty much advertised as a goop-proof stain, in that you don't have to worry about lap marks, runs, anything of that nature can be put on in about any temperature. Shortly after it's put on, it is completely weatherproof. So if you get rain within 30 minutes, it's not a problem. After you've let it be there for 15, 20 minutes, it's ready to go. And the neat thing about it is you can stain for a while, stop, come back. You don't have all these laps and see where you're heavier here and lighter there. So it makes for a very good finish also. And so we've got all the applicators, we've got rollers, pans, brushes, anything you want, sprayers, the whole bit.
Product knowledge, folks. There are no notes on this table. It's all up here. This man knows what he's talking about. He owns the store. And so it's product knowledge, customer service. Be loyal. Buy local. Don't buy with the big box store chains. Buy from the local folks. Because that money that you spend with Mike Barnett, he'll take that money and come to Chick-fil-A. He'll buy gas for his vehicle. Whatever he does with his money, it stays here, doesn't go somewhere else. Be loyal, buy local. And in this case, buy it in Betsy. But certainly be loyal and buy local. Your customer base, in closing here, you're based in Elizabeth, and you got folks coming in from all over the place, don't they, to shop with you?
Yeah, we try to reach out into the neighboring communities. We realize, especially with gas when it went up and stuff of that nature, it was harder on people to necessarily drive and do as much. But yeah, we try to cover the whole Tri-Cities area. We went today over towards Kingsport to measure on some cabinets. Because a lot of times when people, after they've dealt with us, like on cabinetry and other things of that nature, vinyl siding, whatever it may be, a lot of times they like to come back because they like the product, they like the finish, or they like the service of the salesperson they were dealing with. And it's a lot of it's about relationships. You build relationships over the years. I've done this for 45 years, starting with Patey's in 1977. And over the years, one of the things that's kept me probably in this business, it's not stress-free by any stretch of imagination, like a lot of businesses not, but it's the customers. It's the relationships, the friendships, and the people you run into that you go to church with, that you see at ball games, you see out in town, walking the streets or whatever. And that means a lot.
All about trust.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
You got to be able to trust the folks you're dealing with. Your hard-earned money, you're going to hand it over to somebody that's going to be doing a service, or in this case, cabinetry or vinyl siding, whatever. You want to know that what you're getting, it's going to work, and you get the customer service and the expertise, in this case, he and the staff, to back it up. So I like coming in and standing around the counter and just have people come in and like to listen to the different questions I ask. Because you come in, I can come in and ask about vinyl siding. This guy may come in and ask about, soffit. This one may come in and ask you an electrical question or a plumbing question. So you really, when they walk in, you don't know what their problem is, but you guys are ready to take on and help in every way you can, and you do.
And that's what we try to do. Now,
Absolutely.
we're not perfect. We may not always have the answer, but we can find somebody that does have, or we can research it and get the answer.
Are you hungry? You've earned it. You've talked and worked hard over it.
Yeah, I might end up baptizing a chicken.
Baptizing a chicken. Love promoting this gentleman. I'll tell you, first time I met him, I thought, this guy's the real deal. He's a brother in Christ, first and foremost.
Absolutely.
So, oh, yes. Oh, yes. And so, in fact, I want to give the verse today. We always dedicate this show to the man who hung on the cross, and today is no different. I'm going to read it here before we let him take off and head back to the shop. Psalms 37:4 says, take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Take delight in the Lord, he will give you the desires of your heart. I don't see how people make it in 2023 without the Lord.
I don't either.
It's
so
so crazy.
It's a very stressful time, and there's just a lot of issues around us that you've got to be grounded.
Yeah.
You
I don't see how people do it. I don't see how people do it, because those who don't subscribe to the Lord and his services and the love he gives to us, and the fact we lean on him, let him run our show, I don't see how people do it. But people do it every day, but I don't see how. And there's a lot of stressed out people out there because of it too. So
that's right.
You two would be a straight Janet Enzer. and Jimmy Enzer. You two beat us straight. What's that mean? Is that cards? You two beat us straight? I have no clue what he's talking about. Enzer, when you just never know what he's going to talk about.
That's it. There you go.
He's a crackerjack. Thank you, sir, for coming.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Yep, love promoting him. I'm telling you, they do a great job. We'll take a break. Be right back.
Come see us.
Yep, we'll be right back after this. One of our great sponsors, Pleasant Beach Baptist Church on the Tom Baylor Sports Show.
This is Pastor Fowler of Pleasant Beach Baptist Church in Elizabethton, and we'd love to have you come be with us. You and your family be with us on Sunday. I'm standing here in the lobby at our visitors table, our welcome table, and there's packets made up with tells you a little more about the church and get acquainted card, and then also a mug and some things in there for you to take with you to remind you to pray for us. And we've got a place for you and your family. We want you to come. Our goal is for you to know the Lord Jesus Christ as your Savior. But beyond that, to find your purpose and contentment in life of knowing Him, walking with Him, and serving Him each day. And so we want you and your family to come be with us Sunday morning, Sunday night, or Wednesday night. We're looking forward to seeing you soon. You can find a little more information about us online at pleasantbeachbaptist.com.
But you teach classes. You go all over the place teaching classes, all over the country. You've been here and there doing clinics and different symposiums and so on and so forth. Tell us about that. It's pretty special.
Oh, it's we really enjoy it. It's something that I started doing with my dad, with him back when I first got out of school, and we travel all over the country. We still do, basically teaching other PTs and physicians to do what we do here in Elizabethton and in Carter County. And it's crazy that our little kind of beautiful part of the country, that people are interested and want to copy what we do here, and it's because we do such a good job at it.
That's what separates them from all the other competition, because he's out teaching classes all over the place. And tell me some of the places you've been to do that.
Oh, we've been to California, Oregon, all over the Midwest, into the Northeast, and the really interesting people that we're teaching are the military PTs, because of everything that the military is allowed to do. There's not the insurance restrictions that we have here on the civilian side. So it's interesting to see the PTs that are able to do these amazing treatments coming to us to say, hey, how do we do what you do to make sure that our servicemen and women get the best treatment possible?
That's awesome. That's the reason why you need to come to Physical Therapy Services if you have a problem, and he's going to tell you how to do that here in just a second on social media. But you look now that, they come all the way, they go all over the country to teach PTS's theories, if you will. So it's not just a local, it's not just a regional, it's a national company, Physical Therapy Services. So if we need your help, how do we get a hold of you?
Hey, give us a call at my office, 543-0073. You can call us at our pediatric office, 543-2215. You can also reach us on social media on Facebook, Physical Therapy Services. We'll be happy to help you out however we can, and if we can't get you better, then we'll point you in touch with the right people that can.
You got it. One of our great sponsors here, Cyclone Sports and the Tom Baylor Sports Show, love promoting Dr. Smith and his great folks at Physical Therapy Services. I love that guy. I'm telling you, he is such a cool guy. Mike Barnett works hard, involved in the animal shelter here in Elizabeth, and of course the Liberty Cast, and he's a good man. I can tell you that. I like him. I like him a lot. All right, before we get out of here, we will tell you again, you have until 6 o'clock tonight to bid on this final 4 or 5 hours of this online auction event with Collins & Company. Go to collinsandcompany.info. Again, you have over 800 lots. They started with the highest bidder. I'm sorry, you have 800 lots that start at $1 a bid. And it's till 6 o'clock tonight. Here it is, the online auction. And we've got another one going on that goes till tomorrow. Let me tell you about that one, too. It's a totally different one. By the way, hello to Carl and Poppy and Mike and Michael and Javi and Jim, Tom, and Kyle. Thank you, boys, for listening to the show out there, getting it done, working hard. We thank you for that. This one's been going on since Memorial Day weekend. It goes until tomorrow, June the 7th. And so it'll be at 6 o'clock, and this one is, albeit started at Buck. Just go to collinsandcompany.info. You can see both of these. One will be done at 6 o'clock tonight. One will be at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. So, again, if you don't have a church home and you want to still come and be part of our Vacation Bible School, you can. We're back there again tonight at 6:30 at Pleasant Beach Baptist Church. We had over 200 kids in there last night. Had 6 decisions made. So that's the bottom line, is to get the word into these kids. Whew. We're in crazy times. These kids need to have something to hang on to. And what better way? There is not a better way. The only way is the gospel. So the Lord Jesus. So anyway, let's bring it down for you. So again, we started 6:30 tonight at Pleasant Beach Baptist Church. We missed the first 2 weeks. Doesn't matter. First 2 nights doesn't matter. We're there tonight, tomorrow night. This Tuesday, tonight, tomorrow night, and Thursday night to wrap it up. So you are certainly welcome to come. And even though you missed the first 2, your kids, we don't care. Slide them in there. We're going to have a good time. We give away all kinds of candy and goodies, and we feed them. Of course, have the lesson, sing some Bible songs. Onward Christian Soldiers. That's one I used to walk into church on. Onward Christian Soldiers marching on to war. With the cross of Jesus going on before. We have that one, and got the joy, joy, joy down in my heart. You can't go wrong with these old-timey, or they're never outdated, Vacation Bible songs. And so, what was the one they did last night? Oh, it's one they've done for years and years and years. Oh, I got the joy, joy, joy down in my heart. Where? Kids go, where? Screaming and hollering. They're having a blast. So, if you're so inclined, come see us tonight at Pleasant Beach Baptist Church. Starts at 6:30. We'd love to have you. All right, let's run them down one more time. The Super Regional has been announced. Tennessee will travel. Don't get it. But they're traveling to Southern Miss. It's been set, so no sense crying over spilled milk. Just go beat them. Southern Miss will host Tennessee at 3 o'clock on Saturday. It'll be Saturday, Sunday, then Monday if the third game, the best of 3 if necessary. The Friday games at noon, Duke will play at Virginia. At 5 o'clock, Indiana State will be at Texas Christian. South Carolina plays at Florida at 6 o'clock on Friday night, and Oral Roberts will be at Oregon at 8 o'clock. They'll play Friday, Saturday, and Monday. I'm sorry, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday if need be, that third game. That's the one start on Friday. Now the one start on Saturday at 12 o'clock, Alabama at Wake Forest. At 3 o'clock, Kentucky at LSU. At 3 o'clock, Tennessee at Southern Miss. And at 6 o'clock, Texas will be at Stanford. And they'll play Saturday, Sunday, Monday on the third game necessary. It's the best out of 3. It's not home and away. They're going to be all 3 games at the home sites. Florida, Virginia, Oregon, TCU on Friday. At Wake Forest, at Stanford, at LSU, and at Southern Miss on Saturday. Sweet 16. Win that, you move on to the College World Series in Omaha. So exciting times for Tennessee baseball, for Tony Vitello, and exciting time for all these teams. So that's some really good baseball. You get a chance to watch some really, really, really good college baseball. Of course, these guys will be in the pros the next, 3 to 5 years probably. So there's some really good baseball going to be played starting this weekend. All right, big thanks to our guest. Thank you again to Joseph Taylor, Ivy Hall Nursing Home. Jake Roberts stopped by. Kinsley Kane. Was it Kinley? Gosh, I wrote it down and handed it off to her. Miss Crane stopped by. A little tiny girl getting ready to get baptized tomorrow. Is that not cool? And so Kinley Crane. I think I got that right. I hope so. It's either Kinley or Kinsley. Anyway, she was here. We put her on the air. Joseph Taylor, Ivy Hall Nursing Home. Jake Roberts stopped by. Transferred to play football at Concord University up in West Virginia. He happened to be in here getting some food, so I popped him on the air. Of course, Mike Barnett joined us. So the owner of Big John's Closeouts with the Hammer High Prices. So thanks again for watching the show. Tomorrow we'll be at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. Thursday we'll be at Double C Western Supply, kicking off the big Father's Day sale at Double C for the guys, which is next weekend is Father's Day. And Friday, I'm not sure where I'm at Friday. I'm at a food city. I don't know which one I'm at yet. So, anyway, back tomorrow. Chick-fil-A, Johnson City. Thanks for watching the show. We always wrap it up by telling you the verse of the day, as we said earlier, Psalms 37:4. And it goes like this. It's real simple. It says, Psalms 37:4, take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. There you go. Good way to end it. Show number 1867, rather. At Chick-fil-A here in Elizabeth, and again, the hazy skies. If you missed it earlier, Jesse was on too. Jesse, Storm Tracker Sacker, our weather guy, said the hazy skies here in the area are from the wildfires in Canada, and the smoke has drifted down into our area. So it is hazy, and that's the reason why. It's the wildfires in Canada that are burning, which means they got to be really, really big fires to have the smoke drift down here to where we are, so in East Tennessee. But that's why it's hazy outside. Rain coming tomorrow to clear it out. All right, we'll see you back here tomorrow, Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. Until then, we'll say, as always, bloom where you planted. And win or lose, be a good sport. Thanks for watching show number 1867 on the 6th day of